Hi, this is Dr. Sweeney, and I wanted to talk to you guys about um, the upcoming test, just to give you some information with regard to how to utilize Proctorio, which is the online proctoring service that we're using, and then also to kind of give you an idea of what the test is going to look like and some of my expectations. I'm going to be sending or have been sending some very specific instructions. Make sure that you read the announcements. But this is specifically for you to get kind of accustomed and acquainted with using Proctorio and doing this online test. So what I've done is I've set up this thing called the Proctorio practice test. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to go in. I'm going to click on preview. Now, you're not going to be able to actually see the Proctorio design in here. Um, what you'll see is that it'll say Proctorial practice test, remotely proctored. It's telling me that I can't get the experience because I'm not actually a student, but that's okay. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to preview the quiz. And okay, what you'll see is in Proctorio, they're going to ask you one to make sure that you have a webcam, that you have a microphone that's associated with your computer, and then also that you have that you have a webcam, a microphone associated with the computer to show your ID. So you'll have to go in and show your ID, and then it'll take you to the screen. Now, the settings that I've set it up for will allow you to utilize scratch paper because you're going to be actually showing your work. You're going to need to make sure that you show your work, and then you're going to upload your work at the end. There's a really good reason for this, or a couple good reasons. The most important uh, is that I want to be able to give you partial credit. So, like, if you're not completely right and all we did is score answers, then I can't give you any partial credit. So, if you show me your work, I might actually be able to look at it and go, oh, okay, they were halfway correct, or they were halfway wrong, and I can give you half credit or partial credit. Um, so, that's the first reason. The second reason is math is a written language, it's got to be written, and so consequently, your responses need to be written. So, for every question, and there are 20 questions on the actual exam, you'll need to make sure that you write everything down. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to actually tip down your webcam if possible to show your writing surface. Okay, so basically that's just to show me that you don't have any notes out in front of you and that you are just using the writing surface, that you're just writing your answers. Okay, and so once that's the case, you're going to show me the surface, and as you're working, you're going to just be on the written surface. I want you to just show me what you're writing so that I can see your hands, so I can see what it is that you're doing. Okay? All right. Um, by the way, if you're in the assessment center, you don't have to do any of this. They will actually be proctoring it for you, and you'll just actually need to go into the test. They'll give you, they'll input in the code for you, and then you can just go in and take the exam. All right. So once we've started up, now we're going to go to the actual Proctorio test, and it's going to say you're about to navigate away from this page. That's fine. I've opened up that ability. This is the only link that you're going to be using for this particular test. So I go OK, and click on that. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay, great. So what you'll see here, so I've kind of like set up a little question one. Let's say you'll see. So I go in, I click on Proctorial practice test. So I go into that Proctorial practice test, and what I see is I'm going to see what you'll see on the actual exam is the 20 questions that are listed here. Right now for this practice, you'll just see 3 questions that I put in there just to give you some experience. So I'm going to go question 1, and it says find the distance between the 2 points. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my scratch paper and my pencil, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to write, oh, okay, well, this is question number 1. So I put my number 1, and then I put in the distance between 2 points. So that's d equals the square root of -5 minus 3 squared plus -5 minus a -2 squared. Okay, and so that equals -8 squared, square root, -8 squared, plus -3 squared. Okay, and so this is the square root of 64 plus 9, okay, which equals the square root of 73. All right, and then I would say, oh, okay, so it's the square root of 73, and so I might actually need to utilize a calculator for that. Inside of Proctorial, you'll see there's a little calculator icon. It's a scientific calculator. That's the only one that you're going to need. It's the only one you can use, okay? Because you won't need the graphic calculator abilities, okay? And so it says, okay, so it's 73, take its square root, 8.54, right? Okay, 8.544. So I put that in. All right, the default is 3 decimal places. Okay, and then I submit. And there it is, it's done. Okay, and then I go to question 2, and it says, given if the relation y equals x squared plus x cubed plus 4x is symmetrical to the x-axis, y-axis, the origin are none. Oh, well, it's odd, so it's going to be symmetric to the origin. Okay, so I submit. Great. And then question number 3, determine if this relation, x equals 4y squared plus 3, is symmetrical to the x-axis, y-axis, the origin or none. So it's even with respect to y, so it should have the x-axis symmetry. Okay. And that one in the submit. Okay. Now let's say, for example, that I'm like, oh, okay, well, I want to go back and recheck my work, which is a really good idea. You can go back, say, question number 1, and what you can do is it'll give you the answer that you put right here. And if you, say, for example, you go in, you check it, and you're like, you know what, that's not right, then you can go in and reattempt this question. By clicking and reattempt this question, what you get is you can rewrite in, it's the exact same question, you can go in and write a different answer and then submit that one, okay? It's not going to tell you if it's right or wrong, but it will at least allow you to resubmit. I'm going to go in and I'm going to check the answers at the end. I'm going to compare it against your written work, okay? And so that will then allow me to go in and actually grade your exams, okay? We're going to see how this all goes. I hope it works out very well, right? Now, a couple other things you should note. You cannot have any other open tabs. So you can definitely go in and it will allow you to open up the test, to move through the test. You will definitely be able to use the scientific calculator and you will be able to write utilizing your paper, but you will not have any other open tabs, no other open notes. Anything else like that constitutes cheating and you get a 0 on the test. Okay? In fact, yeah, so there it is. Once you're done with that, what you're going to do once you're finished is you'll go back into Proctorio, and in Proctorio, you're going to show your written work. So you're going to like show, okay, so here's question number 1. Okay, excuse me. Here's question number 1. And then with maybe 1, 2, 3, here's my first page. Then I might flip it over. Oh, there's my question number 2. And then I'm going to show, okay, here's question number 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So once you're finished, you're going to go in and actually show the camera all those written pages. All right. And then once you're finished, the next question is question number 1. It's worth 5 points. You're going to upload that file. If you do not upload that file, you get no partial credit. Okay. You also don't get the 5 points that it's worth. So it's worth 5 points. You go in, you upload the file. All right. And you may want to practice how to do that. You can upload it as PDF or you can upload it as pictures. It's fine either way. Okay. I would upload it as a PDF, use a screencast. It'll make it a lot better for me to read and easier for me to read. Remember, if I can't read it, what am I going to score? Okay. And then once you're finished with that, right, once you've completed that, okay, then you submit the exam. So how this works timing-wise is you'll have 90 minutes for the exam, the actual math portion, and then you'll have 15 minutes basically to go in, create the PDF that you need to upload, and go in and upload it. Okay. Go in and upload it, okay? That's good. So once you're done uploading it, you're done with the exam. I have all the information that I need in order to go through and grade your exam. Practice, one of the things you should be practicing as well is how to, take pictures of your assignments and then upload them, okay? You need to be able to do that. It's something that we've been doing on the discussion boards. Make sure that you can do that so that you're not spending too long. You have 15 minutes from the time that you finish the math portion to the time that the exam closes. Okay? Don't forget. Don't forget. Okay? If you don't upload it there, you not only don't get the points, you don't get partial credit, right? And if you don't show your work, like on the camera, I will not be scoring your exam at all. Right? So you got to hear that. Okay? It's one of the security measures that I have here. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. And that's actually how to do it. You go in, then you finish up, submit the quiz. It submits. I will go and grade it on Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon at the latest so that you can have your first exam score. All right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I will talk to you soon.